let's talk about function notation. So it can be a little bit weird at first, but all we're doing is we're taking our y value and we're just renaming it. So instead of y, something like y equals 2x plus 1, you're going to see this equation with a fancy name. And I'm going to name it, in this case, f. And then I'm going to tell you what variable you see on the other side of the equation. So my equation's name is f, and the other variable that I'm using is x. And that's going to just be how I rewrite my y value. Now, a couple of reasons that this is helpful. First off, if you have a few different equations, using letters like f helps you be able to tell them apart a little bit easier. The second reason that this notation can be helpful is because we can tell what variable we're going to be putting into the equation. So for example, let's say I ask you to plug in an x value of 3. So I can take my function and say I'm putting in an x value of 3. Now that just means I took my function and I plugged in a 3. It doesn't mean f times 3. It just means, hey, look, I'm plugging in a 3. And then we do the math, and the right side I actually simplify. 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7. So I took my function f, I plugged in a 3, and I got 7. So this notation helps you remember what you plugged in to get to your answer of 7. So it's not multiplication, it's almost just a reminder of what number you used to get to where you are now. So let's go ahead and do it just once with this example here. I've got a function named f of x. So x is the variable that I'm putting in, and it equals 3x plus 7. And I want to know, what does that equal when x is 2? So all we're going to do is say, I'm going to take this 2 and put it in for x. So the function now, when x is 2, is whatever I get when I plug 2 in to the right side. 3 times 2 plus 7. So that x from above just becomes 2. And then I simplify that right side. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 plus 7 is 13. So the function, when I plug in a 2, is 13. Here's another way you can write it. Remember that all of this is just y. So really my y is 13. And do you remember what x value you used to get to 13? 2. So I could say x is 2, and the y value I got when I plugged in that 2 is 13. So you could go one step further and write it as an ordered pair as well. So to interpret, I could say the output, or the y value, is 13 when the input, or the x value, is 2. So basically, you put in a 2 and you get out a 13. X is 2, y is 13. Hope that helped. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.